Thing lights up the rear tire in 4th gear. Never had a 500 do that before. Guys, but this bike might be too fast. If there is such a thing. This is a Keith Peterson Racing KPR built engine. It's an absolute freaking monster. What do you think, Wiz?
I was in 5th gear and the tire wouldn't stop spinning.
5th gear, this thing's lighting up the rear tire.
I was leaning a little bit trying to get it to hook up.
This tire was brand new. This is the lightest 500 we've ever tested. This entire bike, every nut and bolt on this thing, except for a couple of them, are titanium. It even has titanium axles.
219 pounds we weighed it in at with no fuel.
219 pounds. This bike has the Growler Racing exhaust system on it. It's insanely fast. This is the fastest 500 from the seat of the pants dyno. This may be the most explosive, fastest 500 I've ever ridden. Keith Peterson Racing, super humble, not that well known in the motocross industry. Engine builder, 3rd generation. His parents did high performance snowmobiles, built this engine. I have pictures of the before and after on the porting. It's pretty amazing what he did with the porting. A lot of time and effort. Very few people put the time and effort that he put into this. That's a handmade Growler Racing exhaust system. The entire motorcycle is brand new. Everything on it. I've got like a 7-page list of everything that's been done to this. Handmade aluminum tank. Dock wob fasteners everywhere from England. Growler Racing exhaust. All the nuts and bolts on this thing are titanium.
Titanium axles.
Titanium axles.
Swing arm bolt. Motor mount bolt. Front axle
motor
bolt.
mount bolts. Wiz, you weighed both KX500s. You weighed the Hulk, the 500 we built, and you weighed this one
without fuel. The 500 was 235, the Hulk bike, and this thing was 219. 219.
That's 16 pounds lighter, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Insane. I think if we put a street tire on this and it hooks up, it's going to be insane. Especially if we're going to put it on for the dyno.
Oh, we're putting it on. We're putting it on the dyno for sure.
So we can get
this
some
would be
numbers out of it.
This would be maybe this should be my hill climb bike for this year.
Oh, yeah. This is we got extensions for a KX too.
This is we
got
do
extensions for the
no
KX.
shit.
Yes.
Well, well, there we go.
You know what? And we can clean up the jetting too with the sniffer.
This is the first time we've ridden it.
I think I can clean the jetting up a little on the bottom, and we can see how fat we can go on the top.
Obviously, Christy was here today. Oh, well, we may not know, but obviously we still got to do the graphics. Bye, George. Where are you going?
I have to go pick something up.
You got some donuts?
Yeah, do you want a donut?
No, I'm training for hill climbing. I got to be light. My bike's light. I got to be light.
Fair enough.
Bye, George.
Bye.
So check this out. Everything on this, titanium axles, everything's been done. It's got the 270 millimeter Batfly braking system. It's got the late model DLC coated Kawasaki KX450 forks.
Yeah.
The original triple clamps are bored to take these forks. All titanium bolts on the triple clamps. All the nuts. There's only a few. I'll just name what hardware bolts aren't titanium on it. I think the axle bolt and a few other, but I have the list. The attention to detail on this is insane. The frame rails are pristine, not a nick, not a scab, not a ding,
but
nothing.
The axles are. That's just aluminum.
That's aluminum, the gold one, yeah.
Yeah, but the axles are all.
The axles are titanium.
The tank bolts are the only thing that was steel. Otherwise, you're using aluminum and titanium.
All and
mostly titanium. All the
look at the pegs. Oh, there's some other really trick stuff on this thing. This peg mount, the normal KX peg mount was a weak link. This is a 3-mount system that he made himself. He's an engineer / designer extraordinaire, and we're working on some stuff with him that I can't talk about right now. That's next level shit. That's gonna blow you guys away. So stay tuned. Has something to do with the engines, but like it really needs more power, but stay tuned. This thing's got the Kean Air Striker carburetor, twin air filter. It's got the special reblock spacer. The porting is phenomenal that he did on this. Of course, the Kip's power valve. Everybody says these are a better engine than the CR. I'm a CR guy. I'm 86. So I'm almost embarrassed to say that this motor, because my trusty steed has always been a CR500, but this thing is just gnarly. It's because of what Keith Peterson did to this engine. It's absolutely insane. He actually put foam in between the aluminum plate and these are hollow steel tubes. He started out with a pristine dent-free frame. He also did all of the works welding additions onto the frame that they did on Jeff Ward's bike. Somehow he got that information. He gusseted the frame and the unique points that Jeff Ward's bike was done. Jeff Ward didn't even have pegs this cool back in the day. This is essentially a factory, as good or better of a factory bike would have been back in the day. It's insanely fast.
Yeah, he put
and
the
super
rubbers
trick.
on the skid plate and the frame, so
there's no rattling,
no vibrations, and rattling.
Yeah,
and really low vibration motor too. Oh god.
Yeah, this has been perfectly balanced. They didn't have suspension like this back in the day. They didn't have brakes as good as this.
No,
it's
forks like that.
Yes, that's true. The brakes, the forks, the suspension on this is all. The only thing we could do to lighten it up a little more, I'm sure there's other things, but the titanium shock spring, maybe we put a titanium shock spring. But I've never ridden a 500 that just lit up the tire in 5th gear on the street like that. Have you?
No, I never really one that would light the tire. I couldn't get it to hook up in 5th. That's top gear.
Wow.
Doesn't have 6, it's only got 5.
What a machine.
Yeah.
Talk about hole shots at Southwick. Holy moly. Uphill, sand, start straight. Launch in 3rd, bang 4th, and you're gone.
This is a 500.
I'm gonna go take it in whole shot and then pull off. Get the glory of victory without the agony of defeat.
Take that first turn. That's all you need to do. Round the tree.
I forgot 90% of what he did to this thing, but this gas tank is made in the same exact pattern as a KX250 tank, which is one of the trick features they like to do on the we did on the Hulkster bike. We went with the smaller, sleeker tank. The stock KX tank's more like a desert tank, and we went with the KX250 rear fender to give it a modern look. We've got guts seat, taller seat foam, and a gripper. You're going to need the gripper saddle with some Velcro on it to keep your ass.
This thing is a tire terror.
Hey, we told Chrissy that we want a Michelin graphics with a Michelin tire. I better tell her, hon, you can put whatever you want in there because that tire's
that thing's trash
fucking
already.
ruined. It's ruined after Wizard and I rode it for 5 minutes around the parking lot.
Just to test it.
Lots of cool stuff like now, let me tell you what the original components are on this bike. That's probably the easiest thing to do. The swing arm, the engine cases and covers, and the radiators. That's it, folks.
That's it. Yeah.
Everything else on this bike, from the tip of the Renthal bars to the bottom of the 2000 late model, 2020 or whatever they are, KX forks.
Original style shrouds, side panels.
Everything's new on it.
And that's it. Shrouds and side panels. We got a modern front number plate.
Yeah, the number plate's not mounted yet. We're still working on it.
Stadium. And
bye, George. Love you. Bye.
We got and we put a modern rear fender on there.
This thing, I can't wait to see this thing done. Christy has done some next level graphics for this that have the Hulk. She actually drew the Hulk on her computer. I don't know how she does it, but this frame's been powder coated and clear coated. Oh, the engine was all bead blasted and then powder clear coated. I want to see
Jerry McGrath's got one that he got from I think he got it from Adam Millar. Oh no, AJ. He got one from AJ.
Oh, that's an aluminum frame, right?
Yeah, and he wouldn't give it up. He bought it off him. So I'd like to see Jeremy's go against this thing in a drag race. I
don't know, man. I can't imagine. The cool thing about it is it doesn't feel like I've ridden a 78 horsepower hill climb engine. Dr. Dino Ben Prope's hill climb bike. Yeah. I don't think I'd want to take it on a motocross track because it didn't really start building any power until most of these sign off. You know, it was all top end. This thing is right off. I turned around at the bottom of the driveway in 2nd gear and just cracked the throttle, and it started revving insanely fast and wanting to stand up. It wasn't like there was a lag like most of the hill climb bikes that are with the big pipes and they're all top end.
We didn't get to sign off yet.
We didn't even come close. The wheel was spinning too much. We're gonna have to tell Jeff, bring your extra tie downs down. You can just strap this monster down, man.
Yeah, that's pretty cool to see what this thing puts out.
I can't wait. Can't wait.
A record.
Keith Peterson Racing. Keith, if you're watching this, dude, phenomenal job on the cylinder. It's absolutely next level. Growler Racing, great job on the pipe. Everybody else who was involved on the build, Doc Wobb, the aluminum tank builder, Steiger Graphics. You haven't seen her work yet, but in the Wizard, giving it the final tune and jetting and the full nut and bolt. We'll get the suspension dialed in. I'd love to bring this thing to the Wick and see what happens. Put canning on it for a few laps.
We're going to test that out at the school someday.
At the school?
Don't hurt any kids with it, though, shooting a roost at them.
What a machine. Oh, the radiators, too. These are the original radiators, and they're perfectly straight.
Perfect.
Keith started with a mint original
Mint,
low-hour
I mean,
500.
the CDI box is OEM.
Yeah, the OEM CDI.
It looks brand new.
Yeah, so he started with a mint original, one of the ones that some old dude bought and wheelied up his driveway a few times. The radiators, they just came out of the box. The frame was pristine, and as were the engine cases. And he took it down and threw everything else away and started over. And it took him a while. He built this for himself, and the only reason he sold it to us, well, it has something to do with he needed the funding for the engine project he's working on to shoot you. So I can't tell you any more. We'll be revealing that in the near future. So, any words of wisdom, Wiz?
God bless America.
Amen, brother. Have a great weekend, everybody. Keep the shiny side up.